You know what I'm saying? Like that's just my story in a nutshell, man.
Oh, it's your boy Cross coming all the way from Little Rock, Arkansas. Pretty much came around the same era that Barnabout said, the mid 2000 era of the street ball world, and still been rocking and rolling still to this day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole street ball family that's still doing their thing out there too. So right now we back at it, the unit. Time to kick it off. What we finna talk about? What's going on? What's hot in the
Man,
street?
I
hey,
got I got some interesting news. I just recently signed a little endorsement deal with USA Star Streetball.
okay.
My man Sir Genius, you know what I'm saying, signed me to a little, small little endorsement deal, man. We're gonna be pushing out some merch, you know what I'm saying, possibly putting together like a little like anti-bullying school assembly tour. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's
Going to
dope.
these different schools and talking to the kids and trying to put on the show. So that's pretty much what I done had going on since I've been back playing. You know, I got hurt in September. You know, I fractured
Yeah.
my jaw, and then my father passed away, and just being away from what I love and being away from pretty much, I guess you could say, like how you say what I use to like vent. You know what I'm saying? Being able to get back to it, best feeling in the world.
Nah, it's good to see you back at it too, man.
Oh yeah,
Putting
Right.
the
so
putting the videos back out and still
yeah,
still mixing them
man.
up.
My man Soul Baller, man, he told me content is the new currency, man. So, when he told me that, man, I really took heed to that and, start looking at my handles and just my game as a product that I'm presenting to people. You know what I'm saying? And just like I was telling
Wow.
Cross earlier, like you want to give people the best product if you want them to, pay for it. Even if they ain't paying for it, you still want to give them a good product just to bring eyeballs to it. So that's my whole motivation going forward now.
Oh yeah.
No, I do remember, yeah, you going through, your jaw was broke. Yeah,
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 that happened. And then, you know what I mean? Like I said, uh, condolences, your father passed. And I know
yeah,
that was a tough one, you know what I mean, for
yeah,
you to get through. So, and most of us, you think about it, like basketball, we use it as a scapegoat,
yeah,
just to get away,
yeah.
and
Hmm.
so where you couldn't even play because you was injured, you know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean, you had to go through the emotional part. And so you had to just, man, that was a tough time, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? To
real
just
tough,
get
man.
away.
And not to get, I understand it basketball, but I mean, like, I think that was probably the first time in my life that I questioned God. I was just like, why? You know what I mean? Like, why
Right,
now? You know what I'm saying? Like, why now? But
right.
you know what I mean? He was just like, just sit down for a minute, man.
Yeah,
You know what they say? Like he just like they say he give it to take it away. Sometimes he'll take it away and get it right back to you. So
Yeah.
you know
right.
what I mean? I just
And
had
now
to
look
be
at you.
patient.
You look like you're back. You got, you know what I mean, a podcast, endorsement, you know what I mean, deal
Yeah,
with.
yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, it was just some my grandma used to always tell me just like sometimes you gotta be positive while you being patient, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
sometimes that can be a task within itself, you know what I'm saying? So like and I took that and applied it to basketball in a lot of ways because like sometimes like when I remember when I first started working with my son, I didn't want to start working with him on handles and all that stuff first. I wanted him to learn how to shoot first.
Okay.
So my thing with him was, being that, he 5, his attention span probably this long at that age. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to learn how to be patient with him while at the same time giving him positive reinforcement. Cause it was a lot of times I wanted to wring his neck like, man, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, just follow my instructions, dog. Like I'm telling you what to do. Just follow
Right.
my instructions. But eventually, you know what I mean, he got a hold to it, man. And I look back on, a lot of them instances working with him and looking at how I had to remain positive while being patient with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of um I guess you could say like stuff I learned off the court that I apply to what I do on the court.
Gotcha. How old is your son now?
He's 14. He'll be 15 in October.
Yeah, yeah, I know you had, and I was asking because I remember you posting a highlight. He actually like him hooping, like he
Yeah,
hoops.
yeah,
You
man.
know what I mean?
He nice, man. He nice, man. And we just had he just had an 8th grade All-Star game last weekend. He ain't had a performance I wanted him to have because
Right,
like I was telling him before the game, like like this ain't no regular season game, like this the All-Star game, like this where you get to go in your bag and you know what I'm saying, like do what you
right.
do. Man, he probably unzipped the bag and probably took a peek in there, but he ain't go in the bag. You know what I mean? So. But I told him anyway, like, bro, like, I'm proud of you regardless, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't get the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like, this your last year in middle school, so
Yeah,
it's like your send-off, you know what I mean? So, I was proud of him just for even getting the opportunity to be selected to participate in something like that.
facts. That's major. Cross, what you are? I know because I saw you working on some things too. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
man.
Just because I wasn't out talking, you know what I mean? I was at the high school. I was peeping all the social media. And y'all was putting stuff out. So go ahead. What you got, Cross?
Yeah, man.
Uh, Pretty much. I had but Craig had the little thing going on up there at the All Star Weekend at San Francisco or whatever with the
Okay.
hoop bus and stuff like that. He had talked about like last year when we was on the live or whatever. And he had said something about it, and I had thought about it. I said I might come out there or whatever just so I can get involved in that stuff. But the thing about it, I didn't know that the hoop bus was gonna be there until like the last minute, and he had said something about it. So I was like, dang, I'm finna have the opportunity to play on that bus or whatever. But end up getting out there and meeting Nick, the guy that's over the hoop bus, and
Okay.
met him or whatever, and met like some other guys that was out there. I met Hezzy guy, and there's another guy. He from Houston, Texas, the mask hooper one with the mask on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he from out of Houston, Texas or whatever. And then met Bug. He from Japan. That's the one that doing all the dancing with the ball and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He from Japan. And thing about with him, like no exaggeration. If Craig was on here, he'd say the same thing. I'm talking about this dude to do all this stuff that y'all seeing him do. He'd sit down for 20 minutes and get right back up and do it again. He ain't know. Like his energy was just on the same. Like I like that you doing all this. He's like, man, I don't know. He's just doing it. You would
Right.
think somebody be like, no, I already did that. I can't do that again. Like I'm finna chill out. It was like a machine, man. I was
Right.
tripping because I saw him on the Instagram like a week before I went out there. So I'm like, oh, this old boy that's on the hoop bus thing. So, but when I saw him in real time, I was like, this dude here really like a machine. I'm talking about just going like nonstop. But besides it though, it was a straight experience though. It was nice out there, man. I
I know.
appreciate Craig for letting me come out there and network or whatever. And my daughter came with me too or whatever. She the one was kind of recording some of that stuff for me too. She had came out there
Okay.
with me.
You should have paid her for that, man. She did a good job.
I paid her with that hotel and that food.
Hey, that part,
Had
right?
somewhere to sleep at. Had somewhere to sleep.
Hey, shout out to Shutdown King.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
man. New
mean?
York.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
I met
He
George
is
too. I met
really,
George out there too.
really
George was out there
big.
too.
He's really, really big on that street ball stuff.
Who was that? George.
Yeah, shut down.
Shutdown.
He
Oh, you
is
talking about
really,
shut down the guy from the Bronx.
yeah,
Yeah,
really,
okay.
really engrossed in the street ball culture. Like I thought I was deep into it. He's deep into it.
Nah, he
That
must
sound
be
like
on.
we need to bring him on and come
Yeah,
chop it
for
up with
real,
us.
man. For real,
So
man.
Shutdown, you need to come on and jump on with us on the next show and talk with us.
Yeah,
That's
man,
what it
for
sounds
real.
like.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah.
I sent the little thing through the chat. He had liked it on the unit chat when I just sent it. I said we about to go live. So I don't know if you watching or not.
He
Yeah,
watching. He in the
yeah,
chat.
he's
Oh,
right
he in
here.
the chat.
Look,
Oh, what's up with it, man?
look.
Yeah.
He said you should pay her.
Yeah.
I got a budget over here at DKK Production.
Hey man, don't we all? Don't we all, man?
Right?
DKK Productions got a tight budget.
Oh man, that's crazy. So I wanna ask y'all, cause like we all ball players or were ball players at some point in time. So we all done been on the receiving end of somebody just giving us the business. So I
Yeah.
want to know who was that dude from your neighborhood or your local gym or whatever that just used to always give you business.
Matter, matter of fact, I did that little vlog like last in the beginning of the year, and I had the dude actually on the thing on my vlog. He's towards the end of the little vlog I did, and his name Will or whatever. The one I put on my Insta. I don't know if y'all saw it, but he kind of big dude. He kind of big now, but he used to be a little bit kind of slimmer than that. But yeah, man, he used to. He made me better at a point, but at that time he used to get me, man, because he was kind of more fundamental than me. I was still like playing like on the street side of thing. My IQ wasn't his IQ like right here, mine like right there, because I'm just playing just to be flashy, but he playing to actually know how to score on me and stuff. But yeah, he was one of them guys though. I ain't gonna lie, he was one of them. He used to play one-on-one, and he always win majority of the games.
So mine's gonna be, of course, a little different because so it was actually at a 3-on-3 tournament. Mad love to my man Punchy. He's out of Seattle, and so it was a 3-on-3 tournament. I had just moved out here to Washington, and so every tournament it seemed like that's back when the NBA Hoop It Up was still around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I remember
So
that.
so I met him there, played in his team in that tournament, played in another tournament. It was like I think it was probably about the third tournament I ran into him, and I just got to a point where it's like, man, I gotta hoop because they team keep beating us. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And I'm taking pride, like, yo, you know what I mean? And that was honestly that game, and he pushed me and made me better. Where what happened that game where I was like, enough is enough. I ended up getting a college opportunity. A coach was there and he was watching. And he was like, "Yo, like, you know what I mean?" I'm like,
Yeah,
"You don't understand, you know what I mean? This
yeah,
dude and his crew has been busting me up every tournament, and so enough is enough." But that opened up the door to allow me to go to college, and from college, I went to the minor league, played for Seattle and Tacoma, and really got out there. So Mala, and that's my boy, like I got love for him to this day. And I always be like, man, I thank you, you know what I mean, for giving me that work and really making me get in my bag, you know what I
yeah,
mean, and go at it. So that's one that I have some of the like utmost respect for because I had to play, you know what I mean? And so
yeah,
that's my story. Punchy, he's in Seattle. You know what I mean? Like they say, in Seattle, they really like that. Tacoma, they
yeah.
really like that.
Yeah, Jamal
Mine,
Crawford, he
mine
just
would be
had a birthday, didn't
huh?
he? Jamal Crawford just had a
Jamal
birthday,
Crawford,
didn't
yeah,
he? Yeah.
yep.
Oh
They
yeah,
really, yeah.
yeah, for sure, man.
Okay.
I don't know why when people bring up when people talk about best. I mean, I'm gonna get back to the subject at hand, but when people talk about best handlers of all time, like why people like don't never really be like Jamal Crawford, like I'll dribble.
Jam- Jamal
Jamal
is
Crawford,
really like that.
yeah,
I'm
he cold.
telling you.
I like him. I always like Jamal Crawford, but it's another guy. I know he's trying to stay on that topic, but before you shift it, it's another young dude that's out now. He been out for his name Jay Lou. He kind of remind me of Jamal Crawford.
Oh
Jay
yeah, yeah,
Lou from
yeah. I seen him on.
Out of Toronto.
Mhm.
He kind of for me by me looking at everybody that's be hooping throughout social media. He the only one I could kind of throw him in that slot. Like he kind of remind you of Jamal Crawford a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
but the guy that used to bust me up all the time was my homeboy Derek Price. Now picture like a 5'7" Allen Iverson. You know what I mean? So like like we kids, you know what I'm saying? So like
yeah.
we 13, 14 years old, but he dominating the guys that's 10 years older than us. So the 23, he got them guys scared to play against him. So
Mhm.
like matching up with him, man, was a nightmare sometimes, man, because like he only knew how to play. Like how I modeled my game after hot sauce, he modeled
Right.
his entire game after Allen Iverson. So to me, that was just like playing AI. And
That's a
it was
problem.
hard. It was hard. It was hard because, like I said, he only knew how to play one way, and he was going hard the whole time. So like you knew you really had to strap up and play. You had to just hope he was just having an off day. You know what I
Right.
mean? And when I say like he used to have me at the courts, like by myself, like just thinking about him, you know what I'm saying? I'm out there working on my game, thinking about his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like that how much he got there. He used to kill me, man. So shout out to Derek, man. I'm gonna have to clip this and send it to him because he probably gonna be surprised I even say it. Yeah, man, it was Derek Price for me, man. He went on to be probably one of the top point guards in our city before we graduated high school. So yeah, he was a nightmare to play against, man, for real.
I get that's something, man. 5'7", moving like Allen Iverson. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
He had like do what Derek used to do. Like, you know, we didn't have like shooting sleeves. Like we could go, like you go buy a shooting sleeve from like
Mhm.
Walmart or
Yeah.
Target. So what he used to do is he used to get his grandma's stockings
Oh,
and cut
wow.
the what's the name, cut the stocking and make him a sleeve like Allen Iverson and wear it to the court.
Making out the work.
Yeah,
That's
man. Yeah, man. I mean, he had the braids, he had the cross like Iverson and everything, man. And I was just like, man, like, bro, this guy's amazing, man. And like this was him as a teenager. So yeah, it was great.
right. Right.
It was
He
great.
probably got a little taller now, ain't he? He probably taller now, or he probably like
He same height.
this. Man.
Same. He still probably like 5'7", 5'8", you know what I'm saying? But I told him, man, like, bro, we gotta get back in the gym because it's just like now, like I think we got kids around the same age.
Okay.
So I told him, like, we need to get in the gym, like, me, you, your son, my son, you know what I'm saying? And Pastor need gyms, you know what I mean? Because like we grew up, I said, like, we grew up playing against each other, but a lot of times we had to play against the older guys, you know what I'm saying? Because we might be at the court playing like 2-on-2, and then he'll come out the older guys from the block. We ain't
Yeah.
finna just let them take the court. Like, if y'all gonna come over, y'all gonna take the court, y'all gotta let us play too. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we really ended up getting better because we always had competition, older competition, pushing us, fouling us, hitting us, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get us ready for that hard knock. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you can't take me hitting you, how you gonna take a dude in college hitting you or a dude in the NBA hitting you?
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So they were trying to put that dog in us early.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah,
difference
that's something,
maker.
man. Now I was
So,
gonna say, your boy Zobi one, he didn't came up with a new move.
I saw
yeah.
that. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I
he
saw
got
that.
a new move, and it's called the what is it called?
Well,
We,
Yeah, the swing or something like that.
yes.
I can't share it. I don't know how to, I can't share the screen because I ain't got that thing. You ain't got it on your thing, do you, coach? How to share the screen?
Let's see. I'm sure I do. This is where
No,
uh
no, if you ain't got it, you ain't got to worry about it right now.
okay.
But
Yeah, I have to
yeah, he
figure
got
out
that new
that one.
move or whatever. It's on Instagram for the people that is watching it. If they already follow him, is on Zobi one. He
Zobi
out of
one.
North Carolina, street baller,
Yep.
2000 era. So I can
Right.
play it on here, TV.
This my next question.
That's all it was.
This my question for you, Cross. Like, what was your motivation? I mean, cause like like we didn't start out watching street ball. Like majority of us started out watching some type of NBA, some type of professional basketball, and then we kind of gravitated toward the mixtapes and all that type of stuff. So, what was your motivation to even start playing street ball the way that you play it?
Uh, well, first off, I can say that I started just kind of like it kind of go back to that what you just said about the just playing, just organized and just just playing against people that ain't just trying to make it to like college or something like this. So pretty much all the people I was growing up around, they was just playing like fundamental basketball and watching like Steve Francis and pretty much all the superstars in the NBA at that time was like the night really pretty much like the 96, 97 players, even though I was still young or whatever, but by seeing them growing up, them were the people that I was kind of looking at and paying attention to. But Jason Williams was the first person that kind of really made me start learning how to put that crossover in my game. Jason, I say Jason Williams or whatever, then just watching just college and then the people just pretty much here. It's like it's this state kind of pretty much like a AAU type of like state or whatever, where most people just play like just good basketball, where they trying to make it out of Arkansas, so they play under the whistle to a certain degree or whatever. You got people that play street ball, but that ain't really the main thing. So when I started playing street ball, it was like about when I was like in the 11th grade. That's when volume 2 was already out. So when volume 3 really first came out, that's when I kind of really caught on. But I still ain't saw volume 3 yet. I just was seeing people like doing different moves versus what I saw on volume 2, and then just hearing people talk about it. Then my homeboy introduced me to that volume 3, and it was once I finally really saw it myself, it was over with from there. I got, because I already know how to dribble and do all that by just watching Jason Williams and all them and just learning just certain fundamentals or whatever. But volume 2 kind of kept it still in that same pocket, but volume 3 made me kind of look at the moves, because Hot Sauce was doing the moves and there was other people on the tape doing different stuff too. So volume 3 kind of made me come out that shell. And then ever since then, I was kind of like a sore thumb everywhere I went, because like I say, everybody don't play like that down here. So by me doing all that stuff, they used to pretty much just hating and calling everything. Or some people they knew about N1 mixtapes, they weren't really saying them. But the people that didn't really like it, didn't like their style of play, that ball going right over your head every time you playing with somebody that don't like the way how you play. They're gonna be passing the ball over. You can be looking like they ain't got the ball all game, because they don't want to lose, because they thinking you're gonna be doing all this stuff and you messed up the game. But people that understand it, they know how street ball is just really just everybody just doing what they do though. But I say mid 2002 up in there, that's when I kind of really just gravitated to it and had a few of my homeboys kind of on the same motion with it, and everybody else that was throughout the city. You had a few people you would go to a park too, and you would catch a few people on that. But 9 times out of 10, they had said before you get on the court good, don't come out here doing all that stuff, man. Ain't nobody finna even do nothing. I ain't even did nothing yet. But they already know how people be playing. But I might just play. Matter of fact, the way how I was playing when I was up there at that hoop bus thing, like that's the way how I really played. But like by me playing with Craig, it'll make me get loose automatically. But if Craig wasn't doing all that, I'd be like, dang, one of those guys getting in rhythm first. But he got in rhythm before I did, but I was already in rhythm mentally though. But it's just the fact like he popped it off. So I was like, oh, then the other dude, we just did that little 2-on-2, then we played in that church. But the 2-on-2 thing just kind of led to me opening up. So that's pretty much how I play or whatever. It's just like if me and you on the same team, find a boss or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then I already know you coming right at your defender. So as soon as you go do your thing, you ain't got to be like, don't get him, not because everybody got the same mindset. Like, oh, he finna get him next, or he might get him, or he might get him, or whatever. But yeah, I ain't mean to ramble off on that. But yeah, 2002, that's when I kind of got into it.
I was asking what was your initial motivation to start playing the way you played? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like mine was, I wanted the oohs and ahs. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to entertain. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw guys like, Hot Sauce, Headache, all them. I see how they pretty much every time. Like I remember when Hot Sauce came here to Albany, every time he got the ball, the whole gym stood up. I said, I want that. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my motivation. Like I want that. You know what I mean? Like I want the crowd to go crazy every time you know what I'm saying? Or I want the crowd to be anticipating you know what I'm saying, what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my whole motivation. So like, what was yours
It
at
was Jason
the beginning?
Williams. It was Jason
Jason.
Williams.
Just
Jason Williams.
one in that play style.
Yeah, he the one kind of got me like the one that started off dribbling in there. Yeah, he was the one that whatchamacallit then it elevated through watching Volume 3, and that's what kind of got me to where I'm at now. But that's like the motivation piece like that. It started with Jason Williams, and then matter of fact, yeah, it started with Jason Williams, but by me seeing Jason Williams, he was more of a assist man too at the same time. So I got kind of passed a lot too. Like
Yeah.
Craig figured that out. Craig figured that out when we played that 2-on-2. He was like, "Dang, like nah, bro. I passed the ball to where I'm gonna keep everything in rhythm. Where it's like everybody touching it. It's like a sequence. Like I'm gonna do. If I see him cutting to the goal and you right there, and I see did you see the dudes we were playing? They was a little bit taller than me anyway. Dude,
Yeah,
I'm about 5'11", about 5'10". I'm about 5'10", so by dude about like 6 foot, like a little bit over there. So by him jumping up, I'm passing it out. But
yeah,
yeah, I learned a lot from that. And that's the motivation come from Jason Williams, picked up on a lot of his habits, and then on the street side, the N1 players and the creativity that Sauce brought to it.
right.
That's what got me like. Still to this day, I still play both ways, but you want to know when I'm gonna cut either switch on because it'll look like I'm playing street ball, but I'm really playing like I just play like that. It
Yeah.
just and that's why people like,
So
man, I'm finna go out here and do all this stuff. I'm just dribbling.
so would you say you're more of a like a novelty type of player, or you more of like a real hooper?
I'm more like a novelty. I ain't gonna
Okay.
say I can't play real basketball, but like how can I say like playing in the like if I had to play like if coach wanted to throw us in a pro-am or something like that, I know how to cut the switch on, but I had to really get trained. I gotta train all the way over mentally where I don't be playing. I kind of have to sub some of that stuff out if it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I had to sub it out a little bit. Same way how Bone Collector can play in the pro-am. Like
Yeah.
you on the reason we know he's a street baller, but if you saw him in the pro-am playing, you wouldn't think that he just fully street ball because he not adapting. He could cut the switch on and off, but you could tell he got his own style. But he can blend in with it where won't nobody be like, oh, he finna do a move. It ain't gonna look like that. You just know he got handles. He like the person that got the handle. You
Oh,
can
now,
throw him in them type of games where it won't like me. I can play in a game like that, but it'll take a lot for me just to get like mentally trained for that because I know I'm going against guys they could just barely bump you and throw you out because they already, you know what I'm saying, trained and physical for certain type of players. So, but yeah, I'm more like a novelty player. I ain't gonna put myself on this side all the way, but I know I can play in the men's league with no problem though. But
yeah,
I'm more
another
novelty.
question for you, Cross. They want to know who are the top current street ballers in your city, and can you name them all? Like I guess the all time greatest to come out of your city.
Pretty much, to be honest with you, we got like pro players pretty, but we ain't got it. Like I said, it ain't a see Arkansas in the Sweet 16. We like a state where we all about trying to get a chip and stuff like Joe
Okay.
Johnson, Derek Fisher, Bobby Porter's. We got people like it's more like pro people come out.
Bro, got
Yeah,
you.
it's more like a pro type state. We got people that play street ball, but ain't nobody pushing it like how like
But
what
I
I'm
mean, like
doing.
you got like you know what I'm saying, like your local legends, your neighborhood legends.
Yeah.
And so like who would that be? Like you like yo
Oh, yeah, okay. You got it's a few people. My homeboy make you look bad. Got my boy
make you look bad.
that's his name. Make you look bad. You know what I'm saying? He on some of my IG lives or whatever. Me
That's
and
a
him used to make
crazy nickname.
yeah.
Right.
I know he earned that nickname.
Somebody gave that name. You know what I'm saying? He
Somebody
gave
had to give him that name. Make
yeah,
you
because
look
it's the way how
bad.
he play or whatever. It's the way how he play or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's you got a lot of people that came up out of Canyons Park, like G Code, Black. You got it's so many people that play like that, but they don't consider themselves street ballers. You get what I'm saying? If it makes sense to what I'm saying, like the only way you're really kind of understanding this, you kind of was like as you went to a court down here, you will see like okay, they know me for playing street ball because I came up in the era when all this stuff was going on. But now you see somebody go to the court, they more like on the era what's going on now, like with the hezzy guy era, the 3-on-3, the 2-on-2, the 1-on-1, the people that's mostly trying to just go and win and get it over with and shoot threes the whole game. Like people getting their names differently versus how we came up playing. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like when we was coming up final boss, it was all about like who got the handle or whatever, who do this, who do that. So when I was coming up, they automatically put that on my back. The other dude I named G Code, he the same way or whatever. The one that had the Hoops for Love tournament like last year or whatever. He pretty much like a street baller too, but he kind of growed out of it. Then there's other people, the other dude named Black. It's so many people that actually play like that, but they don't consider themselves a street baller though. They not doing what I'm doing, like me pulling up with my own merch, own type of what I'm doing. Ain't nobody doing it pretty much where I'm from or what. They not finna go travel out to go meet up with Hezzy God and all them. If that was the case, they'll do it, but it'll be like, bro, I don't know, man. Yeah, you say you who? We finna go out here, bro. That's the type of stuff I'm on. Y'all kind of seeing what I'm doing, and Craig seeing how I'm doing too. Like, hey, same way with the pros versus Joes type thing. Like that's the type of stuff I'm trying to connect myself with. Just go hoop where the stuff, you know what I'm saying, what stuff going on it with rest in peace to Kit Kat. Like that type of stuff. So when it comes to the
now it's your turn, final boss. Now you got to answer the same question.
Yeah, because
oh man, all time greats from the neighborhood. Oh man. And I mean, I have to throw myself up there. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but you know what I'm saying. Like I have to throw me up there. Man, the guy Derek I was talking about earlier. Even though, you know, he kind of, you know, we started out playing like pickup ball, playing on the black top together, and he, you know, eventually like got on, you know, middle school team, high school team. So he wasn't much so of a, but you know what I'm saying. Like when he was playing, you know, he was still like that legend that he was at 13. Okay. So I throw Derek up there. I say only GOAT. I throw him up there. Jesus. Shit. It's a
hard
lot of man, cause it's a lot of like I mean, cause like I done played against a lot of cats, so you know what I mean. Like it's a couple of guys like I say it's a guy that used to play here named Kenny. Well, he passed away a couple years ago. He was a local legend. A guy named Ant. He another guy that passed away, but he was another local legend. I mean, God, man, a guy named Leon Buchanan, overseas dude, but you know, can really play. So I mean, like that kind of a open-ended question, because you know what I'm saying. Like I can name 1,000 players, you know what I mean, but them guys I just recently named, man. Like I really say like probably like me and Only GOAT, you know, we Jesus. We started playing ball together when we was
AP right there.
I know.
Bring them up.
AP. We need you to tap in with us.
Please do.
Yeah, but I feel you on that, final boss, because the thing about the people that like I was saying, the people that do like so hey, we was like in another state like New York or something, we can name them all day because they give them names. They actually street ballers or whatever. You get what I'm saying?
There we go.
There you go, right there, man. Got them on. Finally got them on,
y'all.
man.
I had a premiere. I'm sorry. I had a premiere on my YouTube channel, and we do it every Sunday night. And I was like, the time was conflicting. I'm very sorry about that.
You are
bro.
good.
It's all good, man. But we glad
you're
here now, man.
I'm just gonna chill here. Y'all keep going. I don't want to miss nothing.
Oh no, man. We gotta get you involved on the conversation. So like I gotta ask you the same question I asked Killer Cross, starting out. Um, what was your initial motivation to start playing street ball in the way that you play it? Because you got a very unique style. You know what I'm saying? So like I want to know, like starting out, what or who motivated you to even start playing street ball?
First, before I go into that, thank you for the question and just this whole thing in general. Thank y'all for having this type of thing because it's just really good with us, being our age and coming from the era we come from. We don't have anything, so it's really cool that I can go into this conversation. So thank you for that question, Sauce. So just to answer your question, I grew up with my brother and my older cousins in Vero Beach, Florida, and my oldest cousin Richard, he was really into like up north hip hop type stuff. I'm from South Florida, so really I wasn't in touch with that type of music or anything until I started hanging around with him, and he introduced me to Dipset, MOP, like all this type of
Yeah.
music. And he was heavy on. He had a large collection of VHS tapes and DVDs. And when I came over to his house one day, he was watching And1 mixtapes. And not only was I gravitating towards a style of basketball, because I wasn't even into basketball at that time. I was just an artist. I would just draw things all the time. I was a creative kid. But the music caught my attention. I was like, man, I like all this, everything that's going on this screen and coming out the speakers I'm in love with. He was like, you like this, Aramis? I was like, yeah. And I think he was having a hard time finding friends at school that liked what he was into, being from Florida. So he was like, dang, my little cousin is into this stuff. Like, so when he saw that it sparked a little bit of interest in me, he was like, I got to keep feeding him. So when I kept coming over, that's what he would have on the TV. If he knew I was coming over, he had And1 mixtapes on his TV in his room. And the more he saw me gravitate towards it, the more it made him happy. So really, I got to give a shout out to my oldest cousin, Richard, for putting me on. And when I would go back home, this was during the LimeWire stage. I was just going on LimeWire, downloading my own copies because I was so young. I didn't know where to get the DVDs from. I didn't have a ride to the mall to go get them, so I had to figure out I was bootlegging. I'll be honest, but I was so addicted. Like it was like a drug. I was like, man, I need to see more, and I knew he wasn't gonna let me take the tapes home, so I had to figure out a way to find them. And then once he started to see that I was playing, he started to pick me up. He couldn't even play basketball. He just liked watching it. But when he saw that his little cousin had an interest, he started picking me up, taking me to the park to play with him. And he was like, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. Like, keep practicing. You'll get better. And then my brother saw that I was taking an interest in it. And he started to, he had got his first job at Burger King and Walmart, I remember. And he got me all the street ball games, street hoops, the very first games that came out. So I was in tune, really. But to be honest, I got it from my cousin. He was just on that up north type of vibe. He was listening to all the music coming out of New York and all the influences, which is street ball, came from, New York. He was into everything New York. And he put me on that. He just saw that I found an interest and he kept feeding it to me.
Right. All right. Okay. So
after that, I've seen other things as I start to really grow into street ball. Like it's a crazy story I told Zoe one. Like when we first started talking, I told him how I got into the underground street ball culture because I was on And1 first. That was all I knew. And1, and also I gotta give my cousin, he was into everything, not just And1. All of the aspects of street ball, because And1 is not the only multimedia that was being made. They had all types of VHS and DVD tapes. So I was watching everything that he had, and that's what I knew at first. But then I come from an internet culture. I was the youngest of my siblings and my family, but I saw everything they were doing on the computer, so that's how I knew how to use LimeWire. And when I LimeWired the And1 mixtapes, I got a plethora of other stuff that was online, and I started to join forums, and I learned about Don 55. I learned about Donatic. I learned about local mixtapes, which is a group that Uncle handles, which is he's part of the street ball culture too. he had his own group called Local Mixtapes, and he eventually transitioned to keep it
YPA,
local.
the YPA mixtapes.
Not really that. See, a lot of people don't know about Handle's stuff. Like he was really up there with Down 55. A lot of his players actually ended up transitioning over to Down 55. C-Span, Motion Sickness, like these dudes were part of his team before they went to Down 55. And so I like to always give him a shout out because sometimes I feel like he don't get the credit that he deserved, and he was really influencing me, just like Down 55 and Donatic was influencing me. They were consistently uploading videos every week, different players. They had a website just like Down 55. They had really big motion online. So I was starting to really find this stuff just being online looking for N1 mixtapes. I started finding other crews that were no diss to N1. They were more creative, like they were doing more crazier moves than N1 was doing. Everybody was just so focused on what Hot Sauce was doing, and Hot Sauce is my #1 street ball player. But once I started to see other creative players doing like out of this world stuff, I said, whoa, it's more deeper than what I've been seeing.
Yeah.
I said, there's more of a bag that I can learn from these other people. So I got really hooked to Down 55 because True Baller really gained my attention. But what I told Zoe is, like, me and True Baller are like brothers now. But the way I met him was very, very weird because we're from the same city. Like we were from the same city, Fort Pierce, Florida. But I met True Baller just randomly. I had already known him from online, the Down 55 crew. I did not know he was even from Florida. I thought he was from Canada. And this whole time I was talking to him on MSN Messenger. This was before even AIM was a thing. So I'm real young, but I come from like a real old era of street ball. Like kids my age weren't doing what I was doing. So I was on MSN talking to True Baller, telling him I was a big fan of his. And he began to know me by name because I was talking to him so much. And then I went to the community college here. Me and my friend, he was like, let's go to the community college. They have an open gym day. I went there. True Baller was visiting from the college that he had just got transferred to, University of South Alabama. He was just back in town at the time. So he went to the community college just to shoot around. And, your favorite players when you see them, if you study their tapes and stuff. So, and especially True, he wore like a half-colored do-rag at the time.
Yeah.
And it was the same color. And I didn't see his face. I just saw him like, I was just behind him watching him. And he turned around and I said, True Baller? And I think that's when True realized that he was an internet sensation. Because before that, nobody, knew him by his nickname. This was all just internet stuff. Like when I called him out by his nickname, he said, "You know me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know you, man." He was like, "Who are you?" And my old nickname was Sweet and Low. I said, "I'm Sweet and Low." He said, "Ain't no way you the kid that's been like messaging me online." I said, "Yeah, man, I'm from Fort Pierce." And like we both like just kind of stood there in awe because we saw like how powerful the internet was at that time. He was like, "Man, are you joking with me?" I said, "I'm him. Like I'm the kid that's been talking to you." He said, "Like you're from here?" Like we was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, from that day on. That day he took me home from the open gym, me and my friend. My dad met him and my dad was like, "You're the True Baller dude that my son talks about all the time?" He was like, "Yeah, it's me." And my dad was like, "You know what? Like you're in college, you got a good head on your shoulders, you're doing something, you're playing basketball on a high level, which is what my son aspires to do. Like you can come pick him up from now on. As long as you take care of my son, like just keep him safe." And True was like, "I will, sir, I will." And I became True Baller's cameraman. He started to teach me how to use cameras at a young age.
Oh, wow.
After hanging out with him for a summer, my dad got me my own camera. I was only 9 years old at this time. My dad got me my own camera, and I started to make my own clips. My dad was like, "You can do it too, son. Like what you're seeing him do, like I put you around him for a reason. I want you to do that." And at that time, we only had computer towers. My dad had to take me to Best Buy, buy me a computer card to plug the red, white, and yellow inputs and outputs from the camcorder into the computer. I was only 9 years old doing this stuff. So when people see me as a YouTuber now and they think that it's just handed to me, I'm like, you don't understand, man. I've been like really making content since I was 8, 9 years old, and consistently ever since then. I just caught my big break. I've been doing YouTube full time for 4 years now. I just got my big break. So when people saying that they want to do something in life, I'm like, you got to be passionate about it, because if you love something, you'll never stop doing it, and eventually it's gonna work out. Because if you're in love with something, you're gonna learn how to get better. You're gonna figure out the way to do it better and better every time, and that's what's been happening, man. I mean, it's been God, of course. God got me here mainly, but man, just being consistent with making content for fun, not for wanting money or monetization, just for doing it out of the love of doing it, put me here now. And I'm blessed to be part of this with y'all. Like I said, I joined Down 55 right before it ended. Like I was on True Ballers, True to the Game Volume 2, and I caused a whole stir of crazy comments online in the forums that people was like, who is this kid? And True Baller was like, it's your turn, man. You've been wanting to be on Dom, but this is the time now. Like, people see who you are and see that you have your own creativity and your own style. Like, T-Mail wants to put you on. And they put me on the team, and then that was just the time Streetball was dying down, man. And now I'm only actually doing it now because of YouTube, man. I didn't, just 4 years ago, I probably played basketball once a year. Like, I wasn't even doing it like at all, man. It was just, life was, I'm sure all y'all can contest to this. Like, it's hard to like really stay in love with the love of streetball when you got to pay bills and you got to figure out how to get through life, man. That's the last thing you want to do is go to the court, really. But you're going to go eventually because you love it. But it's just a lot of the more important things in life, once you become an adult, take over. And we all wanted to be N1 mixtape players because we saw that as an outlet to make money. You know, a lot of us knew that we wouldn't be able to make it to the NBA. So we knew, okay, when N1 came, we knew, dang, this is a way for us to make some money, man. Like, people really getting paid off of this. So when N1 died off, it hurt my soul. Like, you talk about hoop dreams. Like, that was really my dream, and that's something I knew that I could make money off of. I was just so young. I never had a ride to the open run, man. Like, I never had a way to get there to showcase my skills. So this is really cool that I'm actually able to play street ball now. But it's only thank God he put me in this position to have free time to do this, because if I wasn't a YouTuber, I probably wouldn't even be in this conversation right now. I was talking to y'all, man. So everything happens for a reason.
True.
That's good, AP. I told you, I put it out there. You one of my favorite people I ain't even met yet. You know what I mean?
Man, all that, man. Listen, all of y'all, man. I can't wait to meet y'all one day. Like, seriously, man. Like, this is a really good thing. Like, I told Coach, I was like, man, I get sad when there's no meetings on Sundays, because I look forward to this just as much as I look forward to doing my premiere with my channel. Like, I love street ball, man, and like, there's no togetherness in the sport. We get looked down on, like, on social media when we try to share our art. You know, just in this age, everybody want to call this and that you can't do. You travel, carry. It's like, y'all don't even know how important this sport is to the players that y'all idolize, like Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving. Like, they are big fans of this. Like, y'all are just so blinded that you won't do your research and understand where we're coming from. But man, like, I just love that we have this platform, Coach. Never take it, like, I'm telling you, this is something important, and it could become something huge. And I know you know that, along with all of y'all know that, because we love the sport of street ball. But we have to make sure that we don't just get on here and talk. Like, let's meet up. Like, let's get together, man. Like, let's really make something happen, because the only way that we're gonna keep street ball alive is if all of us, it's only a small group of people that's really serious about it. And it's us right here that join the conversation. Nobody else cares. They might say they care, but they care for the wrong reasons too. Like, we really love this. We come from it. So we have to really band together. Let's get ideas going. I know sometimes we can get into it and we don't follow through, but this year and the years after this, let's figure out a way to really get together and make something happen. Like,
I had an idea I was thinking about earlier before we got on live, man. I wanna try to host an event called the Streetball Super Bowl.
wow.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like we get you know what I'm saying? Like we get like a Midwest West Coast team, right? And then we're gonna get like an East Coast Dirty South team. And we all gonna like meet in the middle and have like I mean, of course it's gonna be mainly like underground street ball players, you know what I'm saying? But we still gonna call it the Street Ball Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Cause we wanna get the top content creators, the top underground street ball dudes, and let's just have a big game, you know what I'm saying? Like a big event, you know what I'm saying? If we can pack out the gym, let's pack out the gym. And you know what I'm saying? Let's just collaborate, man, and you know, like keep this thing going, man, because I don't want to look back, you know, when I'm 70, 80 years old and be like, damn, man, like, you know, we ain't got no memories of nothing that went on back then. You know what I mean? So I'm putting that out there. If anybody we can collaborate on this, you know what I'm saying? It might take some time to do it, but I think we can do it. The Street Ball Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? And like we could just, if the West Coast team win, we got the rubber match for next year. You know what I'm saying? If we get beat twice, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, we just gotta hold that L, you know what I mean? But I think it'll be something fun. I think it'll be something good for our street ball community. You know what I'm saying? Probably bring more eyeballs to the content that we creating. You know what I mean? I just think it'll be something good for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody can showcase their skill and what they do.
Y'all know me. I like to do international tours. You know, I mean, that's just one of the things that I love to do. Just came from the Philippines. You know, so I'm all about. I'm a coordinator. You know, that's one of the gifts that God has allowed me to have, and relationships. So I want to get behind y'all in any kind of way that I can, right? To keep the culture alive and to continue to grow it. So if that means, like I said, holding camps, you know, that's one things that I think is pretty dope. You know, you have it on the pro side that I do, but the street ball, I started to do that. I think that that'll be some pretty dope ideas and things like
Mhm.
that. So I'm open to whatever it is. Like I said, the resources that I have is now available to you all. So from in the States, international, you know, I'm fortunate enough to, you know, be in the IT Zekian tournament and, you know, do Jamal Crawford show me love. So there's different players and people. And I just connected with the Philippines, like I said, with my man Sean Chambers, Coach Sean Chambers, who's well connected. He's like one of the top ex PBA players and coaches out there. So it's supposed to be working on a deal in Africa. So these are
Wow.
opportunities that, you know, like I can mention Japan. Japan will be here this weekend. I'll be having a game with them for my youth program. So there's so many opportunities that we can collaborate on, and like I said, and just come together and continue to grow and build this thing. So I'm putting it out there to the street ball world. Y'all have my support, so it's not just the podcast. This was just one platform, right? That I'm like, hey, God gave me the street ball to pro. You know, I did. I'm like, all right. And I was fortunate enough to meet with a ballaholic, and we connected, and we started running, and man, and then from there everything started to come together to where we're at now. So, like I said, hey Pete, you know, I gotta get you out, you know, bring you out here and do some cams and things like that. You know, Cross is on the media team, you know, he's right there. So it's one of those things where I'm just like, whatever it is, because I love street ball. That's how I got into the pro side. Like I was saying, I was a big fan of and one. I had all the gear, you know, but I played. I ended up going to college and I played minor league. So I went that route. But street ball is the style. That's how I got into college. I was playing, like I said, in 3-on-3 tournament. A coach saw me and said, hey, I want to give you a scholarship. You thought about going to college. But you gotta think street ball is not the same thing as structured basketball. You know, not you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's the hump that I had to learn was how do I run plays? You know what I mean? How do I do this and that? But give me the ball and I'm going to work. You know what I mean? I'm able to do this and do that. Right. And so that was my gift. And then by the grace of God, began to teach me how to, bring the two worlds together. And so now I'm here where I'm like, for me, I'm blessed because I get to enjoy both sides. You know what I mean? I got
Yeah.
love on the pro and the street ball. And so this is it's just a special place for me to be at and to be able to be a resource and just say, hey, this is what I have. How can I support y'all? So letting everybody, street ball world, the ambassadors, I am fully behind y'all. Any kind of resources y'all need, I'm there.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to AP, man. AP know how I met him. I met him on the IG live or whatever. I did a live in the beginning of last year, 2024, and I had Craig on there from Unprotected Hoops, and Craig kind of started tagging me in. People like, hey, you need to reach out to him. Reach out to him. He told me to reach out to Zoe and reach out to AP or
Yeah.
whatever. Then a few of his guys that he knew or whatever. So I was like, okay. So I got on the live, and then because I kind of went off faith with, I was like, these dudes ain't finna get on live with me, man. I was on live for a minute. Craig stuff kept on messing up. The Wi-Fi was messing up. I was like, it might not work. But it ended up happening or whatever. AP pulled up, showed love, whatever. Man, I salute you for that, man, because a lot of people don't want to interact with people that don't know. You know what I'm saying? It just I don't know him, or I ain't never saw him play or nothing like that. I don't, how people be trying to pick who they want to side with or whatever. But AP here a real one just for just tapping in with Craig and me or whatever, and kind of just drop some jewels right then and there on the live. The first time talking to him, he kept it real or whatever. So I salute you for that, man. I don't know if I know you remember that live. I still got it on my page or whatever. So yeah, I
I'm
salute you
all
for
about
that.
I'm all about supporting, man, and I can't wait to meet you. Like y'all have really done something that I like want to do. Like when the event that y'all did last year when y'all got together, that like made me feel so good to see. Like just you, Craig, and Coach together when y'all went to the what was it?
The Zeke in, yep.
The
Weekend,
Zeke
yeah.
man,
Yeah.
man. And y'all met up with King Handles. I said, this is what it
Yeah.
is.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
this is
Coach. Yeah,
really what it
yeah,
is.
Coach kind of surprised us with that.
That was amazing, man. And when I saw that you came out and did that with them,
Yeah.
Cross, I said, yeah. Like I know, like, and the thing is, I'm all about supporting because I come from the era where I was like wanting to be part of something. You know what I mean? And like I was young and like it took some work. Like people didn't want to they was picking sides back then. So with
Yeah.
anything in life, I'm always the underdog.
Mhm.
Like I'm,
Yeah.
I'm always it don't matter. Even with this YouTube thing, like I was the underdog. People counted me out, and I'm always like I have open arms for everybody. I want to deal with everybody, but I see just with any in all industries that there's always sides being picked. Then
Yeah.
there's people in the middle that's just willing to work with everybody, and I've always been that person. It don't matter if you got one follower. If I see that you love something that I love, I'm
Yeah.
all in with it. It don't take nothing. It don't take for you to go viral for me to start dealing with you, and that's what people do nowadays. They wait for you to go viral before they want to collab with you. But by that time, I don't already read what type of person you are, and I don't want that energy around me. I want somebody
That
that's
part.
genuine, that cares about what I'm doing, and
Yep.
sees because people will see the talent in you, but they
Yep.
won't deal with you until they see everybody else is dealing with you.
Yeah.
That's
And that's how it
exactly
was
yep.
with my YouTube channel. We were doing great things and we wanted our friends and our families to support us, but everybody thought what we were doing was stupid. And then all
Right.
of a sudden, people in Africa, people in Brazil, people all around the world, California, New York, started to support us. And as soon as they start seeing our subscribers going up, that's when everybody wanted to come support. But by that time, I was
Right.
like, I don't even want you to be part of what I. You could have been part of what I was doing if you just would have supported it. Just it don't even take no money. It's free to support people, man.
Yeah,
Like
man. A like
Yeah.
or a
Yep.
comment, you
that's
know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
it.
Anything.
So
That's
people don't get that, man. People just really wait for you to start bubbling before they get behind you, and it's like if you really treat people like that's conscious of what's going on around them. Some people are like will allow you to come later on, but man, you messed up with the wrong person, man. Like you won't get the opportunity that you could have got if you were there early on, and like a lot of people
True.
now come back to me like, man, I saw when you was just You had maybe 10 subscribers. Now you just got your first plaque. I'm like, yeah, man, I wanted you to be there,
Hey man,
but
let me say congratulations too, man. Like
Yes,
thank you.
that's
facts.
major,
I
man.
appreciate it, man. I really, if I can do it, y'all can do it, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Because I want to uplift
That's
my brothers. Like
love.
whatever we got to get going, let's get going. That's why I told Coach, I said, man, you got some stuff you putting together. You accepted sponsors. Let me get in on that.
Yeah,
If I could do something, like let me get in on that, man. I don't care what y'all. If y'all, like you said, you want to do this sauce, you want to do this game. I have to be a sponsor of that. You know what I mean? Like if I can put together some stuff for advertising for you, like put some money towards you getting banners made, please don't hesitate to reach out to me
For
because
sure.
that's
that's the type
love
of
right
things
there.
I like to do. I want to help support and get the word out there because it's hard to do it alone.
It
Yeah.
is
So let's like I said,
a
even you,
unit.
Cross. I know that you love reaching out to everybody and you want to actually collab with people.
Yeah,
Let me reach out to me too, Cross. Like I know we don't live close by each other, but once I get going with my YouTube channel again, because I took a little break due to some stuff going on in my life. When I get back going again, I would love to visit you and play basketball with you. Like I did that with Zoe. Zoe didn't think I was gonna come. I said, Zoe, I'm coming there. When you want me to come? He was like, you come like in 2 weeks for this Red Bull thing? I said, yeah, what day I need to be there? Flew there, we got it done. If I
oh
can do it,
wow.
I'm trying to utilize my YouTube channel to do the things I love doing, man. And
Yeah.
that's what this is. Street ball. I want to do more of it. So
We
Cross,
definitely
let's get together.
we
Go
gotta
ahead, bro.
we gotta collaborate, AP, because
Yeah,
All of us. I
I'm
know
right
you're
all
more
of it.
closer to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I'm right up here. I'm right up here in Georgia, so I ain't too far from you.
What part? What part of Georgia?
I'm in Albany.
Okay, I can get up there because I used to live in Atlanta too, man. That's when I lived in Atlanta, I would go here and there and play basketball, but my mom wasn't there because I was just trying to survive. So I was up
Hey,
there just
hey, if I can pivot right quick, I want all three of y'all to answer this question. Um, what makes a player a street ball legend in y'all opinion? What defines a legend to y'all?
Pretty much. I say legacy. It depends how your legacy start, like how it end or whatever. Some people it can be some personal happen and it just kind of slow them down and kind of slow their legacy down. But I say legacy. It's how you pushing your legacy from how you started to where it end. And that right there gonna make you because everybody say they a legend in their own way. Like I'm a legend. Like I've been doing it. I'm a legend in my own. What I mean legend, like people that know me personally know that he really putting money behind everything he do. Flying out, buying stuff, everything come out of my pocket. So
Yeah.
it's just the fact, like how AP was saying, it's just like it's you gotta love doing what you do or whatever. So it's the legacy behind what's gonna make you a legend. Like people might see me doing my videos with my basketball stuff, but like how AP said, I don't care about the dribble and me shaking and stuff. I'm really putting the masterpiece behind what's pushing the killer cross. So that's my definition of me being a legend in my street ball thing is what I'm doing behind the scene, the DKK production, the killer cross, the going out to go meet up with people and that's building the legacy. I might not play on no tour bus or nothing, but the other people might say, "Oh, he ain't a legend because he ain't played in this game or that game." A lot of us ain't played in a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But that don't mean we ain't great in our own way or whatever. But I say legacy. It's how you legacy.
Yeah, I piggyback on that in a sense, the impact that you leave, right? So it's the impact that you make, and as they say, I'm gonna steal a quote, Zoe one, shout out to you. That it said
My
it's
bad.
not about who you know, but who knows you,
Yeah.
right? And so if you
Uh,
think about that, that's because of the impact that you made, right? So people know, and that's one of the things when, when I had the chance to be as I put together the whole Zeke and the Legends tour, right? So, and I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, but now, I've been in Washington for over 20 some years, and God gave me this this platform, my team, the Admirals, about 13 years ago, and now here it is. I'm sitting on platforms, you know what I mean, with gentlemen like yourselves, you know, from the street ball who have legacies as well as on the pro side, and I'm known in probably 6, 7 different countries. You know what I mean? My brand. So and the city in which I come from, or which I call home, is Bremerton. And so you ask, where is that? Folks is like, I don't know. That's a small little military town, right? But everybody know where Seattle is and Tacoma. Those are the big giants, right? And so for me, I've been fortunate enough to make such an impact with the game that I'm known and I have respect and love in those big cities. And I have defeated them in the same game, a basketball with the teams and the players and things like that. So when you talk about that, and that's one, when I think of a legend, I look at the impact, what kind of impact that you leave and how you can change your community and those that you empower around you. You know what I mean? So that's what I look at where when like AP said, who, there's people who might have doubted or who could have been with you, and it's those that, nah, not now. I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that. But now here it is. They say, oh man, you work with this player, you work with that person, and you done this and that, and now you want to come around. But Cross, we put a lot of money, time, tears, prayers, all of that. You know what I mean? Goes behind it. And so when you get there, you begin to sit there and you be like, man, God, I thank you for the lives I've been able to impact. So that's what I think a street ball or just a legend period is how you make the people around you better, in a sense in your community and others. So that's my take on it is when you're gone, what do they say about you? You know what I mean? So that's my little definition. Your turn, AP.
You just said what I would say, man. It's really for real, man. Me and my best friend over here, like he the reason why I do what I do because I started off just being his assistant for his lawn care business when he started his channel, and we have a saying called impact over views. And all of us can feel that because we're fighting to become mainstream with everybody else. We got all these people that's part of the street ball niche on Instagram, YouTube, wherever it is. Street ball is starting to change, and that's cool. Things aren't supposed to remain the same, but I just don't like how people don't give us any credit or give us any love, and they run with this street ball term and they try to recreate something and I don't like that. So, like I said, we run with this saying called impact overviews. It don't matter what type of views you have. It depends on what the impact you're making, and that could be on 1, 2, 3 people. They ain't spread like wildfire. One person can know you, then they can go talk to somebody else. And they might go talk to this one special person that can broadcast that message to the whole world. So it don't matter what you got, how many people following you. It's about the impact you make on people. And coach, that's just really what it is, and how you brought it back to Zoe. It's really big on Zoe too, man. Like I'm wearing the hat right now. Zoe's brand really connected with my lifestyle because I've moved so many places in my life, and I feel like I am a nomad. Like and everywhere I go, I make an impact on people, whether it's street ball or just life in general. I'm a loving person. I'm a caring person. Right. If I meet you, I'm gonna show you respect and love. So I have like really, and that's how I became who I am now. Just being my parents raised me to respect people, and I have really taken that a long way in life. Just respecting people and showing people love, and people have always been accepting of what I'm doing, whether they want to show love now or later. They always know. Well, AP always been the same person. Like he never changed. He never treated me wrong. He just been a great guy, and I think that impact really makes a difference, man, because I'm telling you, man, you ain't got to have 1 million subscribers today. You ain't got to have 1 million followers, but if you're a good person and you're true about what you do, man, sooner or later, it's going to work because people know, like, this is a real person, man. Like, it ain't nothing fake about him. And if I need to tell somebody about this person, that's what makes people spread what you're doing because they know that you're genuine in what you're doing. So the impact is the most important, man. And I just everywhere I went, I just really just left a little trail. A little trail. Like I went to school in Daytona Beach, New Smyrna Beach, and that's 2 hours away from where I'm from. And I've lived in just different area. I moved to Atlanta, and when I was there, I made an impact. I'm very shy too, but like it's this energy about me that gravitates people towards me.
Yeah.
And if you approach me, because it's hard for me to approach you because I don't want to be in anybody's space or anything. But
Yeah.
if you approach me and just speak to me, then you open up a world of it just opens up, and then it's hard to get rid of me then because I'm just a good person. So the impact is so important, and even what Killer said, just what you're doing, having a love for it, no
Yeah.
matter what anybody says, you can't get discouraged, man, because people are going to try to downplay what you're doing, and you can't let people stop you from doing whatever you on, whatever mission you're on. You got to keep going, man. Like
Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, do it until the day that you die. Because once again, we go back to Sauls too. Like it's about what you leaving on this earth when you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're worried about how many people looking at you, and you don't want to make something because not enough people looking at you, when you're dead and gone, you ain't got nothing to show for yourself. Because if
Yeah.
you think about it, a lot of artists that are really mainstream, we talking about Basquiat, we talking about a lot of people, they were not loved when they were here.
Right.
So you
That's
got it's
good.
a sacrifice you're making. It's a sacrifice of knowing that this is what I love to do. And I know that if I love it, then there's other people out there that love it too. So I'm just gonna do my part while I'm here. And when I'm dead and gone, hopefully it continues to go
Yeah.
down and motivates people. Our favorite people are no longer here, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Tupac, Biggie Smalls, like the
Yeah.
list goes on. They're not here anymore, and we're still here listening to their music, watching their content. Like it's still living. So we have to see that within ourselves too, and know that we're impactful. No matter how many eyes we have on us, we have to make sure that we're still proceeding to make the content and put it out there so that eventually somebody's going to get a hold of it and it's going to change their life. So everything y'all said combined is really what it's
Yes.
about to me.
All great answers. All great answers. I heard Duke Tango say one time that he was like if you want to know if you're a legend or not, he was like say for instance, like I'm from Albany, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? They're like 2.5 hours away from Atlanta. He was like, if you from let's say Albany, and if it ain't nobody in Chicago talking about your game, you know what I mean, or somebody in LA talking about your game, or hell, like Coach just said, like he just came from the Philippines, like, you know, but then again, I go back to what everybody just said, man, they're just having an impact, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like such a big impact, you know what I mean, that people that ain't even never met you or shook your hand or, even been around you, like they love you. You know what I mean? So I like all three answers, man. Great answers from everybody. I appreciate
Oh,
That was a good question. That was a good question. You know what I mean? For me, and I say uh, I'm an outsider because I wasn't like in a sense street ball. I did street ball, but then I ended up going. I would say transitional more of the structured pro type side, right? And so the love that I y'all have shown me since day one to even now, and just the love y'all have for each other and for the game. It's one of those that it's as they say second to none as far as being matched, right? That's something that I'm thankful to be a part of and just being able to grow with y'all and learn because this is all about learning. Like you mentioned, like Zobi one, that's my guy. No man, the same. We both, North Carolina. I went to high school in North Carolina. We were sitting talking military. We have very similar backgrounds, and just he's a well of just knowledge. You know what I mean? He's one that is very just connected.
it.
And so it's just been dope just to be able to, as I'm continuing to build with y'all and actually build relationships, because I'm a relationship person, right? So it's not just a in a sense, as a business. How can I get over? How can I use your name so I can build something? No, I really want to know you. You know what I mean? Because what's going to happen when the lights is off and nobody's watching and we really going through something? I need to know. You know what I mean? I got
Right.
somebody I can call. You know what I mean? That
Hmm.
maybe that can hold me down, like right. And so that's
Yeah.
what I see with the street ball culture, especially the men that I've been able to build with. You know what I mean? King Handles. I know King Handles. That the crazy part about King Handles, I didn't know honestly he was this big street ball, legend
Yeah,
because he was
man.
he was playing in the pro circuit, right? That's why I met him. I met him. He was playing for a pro team in Canada that played against my team right here.
Wow.
And so, that's how I was making a name. I was taking men around and we was playing minor league and I was helping him go get overseas. And I met him there playing, oh, okay, this and that. And it was like, oh yeah, Handles, King Handles. Then as it started to come back around, I'm starting to find out, oh, that's King Handles? I'm like, I know King Handles. I know Joey. You know what I mean? And so, so for it to come back full circle and just to see how genuine he is, just like AP and Sauce and, Zoe One Cross, everybody I've been able to really just meet and just so down to earth, despite how many people y'all may have following y'all or the influence y'all have. It's just one of those, it's just like some some real brothers. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what I want to say thank y'all for because y'all receive me and continue to give me love and encouragement as I go down this journey with y'all and get to learn. You know what I mean? And just really be like, man, this is dope. I want to learn some of these moves. I want to be able to teach some of the kids because I have a lot of young folks that God has given me out here that plays for my organization. You know what I mean? I get to travel and I get to teach camps. And so I'd be like, oh, I got to bring y'all in so they can really experience where, honestly, like for me, where basketball come from. You know what I mean? When you
Yeah.
start talking about all the tricks and this and that, it's like, yo, street ball, if you can't play street ball, I don't know. You know what I mean? So I just had to throw that out there because it's just I'm just watching all the comments and these y'all got names. You know what I mean? In a sense, right? Y'all are major influencers. So it's one of those things where it's not like nobody ain't heard of you. Nobody, you ain't done this, you ain't done that. But to see everybody interacting and the love that y'all show each other it's encouraging, especially like I said, I come from the other side, and you don't see a lot of that. You know what I mean? We big on the other side, popping the collar. Who's bigger? Who's this? Who's that? I mean, there is love in certain pockets, and I'm sure that's with everybody. But I'm just saying, as a whole, especially when you saying talk about keeping the culture alive. You know what I mean? And how all y'all are coming together to really push the we're all on the same movement here. So, man, we got. I don't know what we got to get ready to wrap it up because we said it was going to be an hour, but it went over a
Yeah,
little hour,
man.
and this is great. And so we got to, next week we're going to be right back at it for sure. But man, we definitely need to talk offline so we can
Hmm.
really collaborate on some things. I'm like, as soon as this summer, I want to do something. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
want to begin
man.
to really like AP is talking about it. Um, what do you say? Okay, hey, this you already know it. It's my.
Appreciate that, Zoe.
I know, right? It's Zoe one. You know what I mean? You know, that's
I
Zoe
appreciate
one.
that, man.
I know, right? That's
No,
what I'm
let me
saying.
say this before we end. Let me
Go ahead.
say
Hey.
just how important this platform is, and it connects back to impact. All right, because I'm glad you brought up King Handles because King Handles is one of my favorite street ball players. But
Oh, wow.
I've been watching Joey since I was once again before I met True Baller. Like he was, I had downloaded the Naughty mixtape off of LimeWire. Like I had all this stuff on my computer hard drive, And I don't think, like, I know King Handles knows how impactful he is, but he's such a humble dude
He
Yeah.
is.
that I don't think he understands. And like, I love him just as much as I love Hot Sauce and True Baller.
Oh
And I've
wow.
really been watching him since I was 9 years old. But this is why this platform is so important, because when I came in one time when you had King Handles on,
Yeah.
I came in underneath my channel name, right, into the live chat, and I was talking amongst people, and y'all kept bringing my name up, but y'all was saying "Clean the City" for me because I was in the chat as my YouTube name, and
Right.
King Handles was like, "My mom watches you." You see what I'm saying? Like, this is a
Right.
dude. Like, they probably have a funny conversation at home now because like he can tell his mom like you love AP, but like he literally been watching me since he was 9 years old. Like,
Yeah.
this is how full circle moments happen, but it would not have happened without this platform. And ever since that day, I have been like really close with King Handles. Before that,
Oh wow.
I had no dialogue with him. Like, he didn't, like, he knew me, but we didn't have conversations. We didn't really talk at all, which I wish I could have talked to him, but it took this platform for us to connect the dots. And I sent him and his mom merch, and he posted a
Oh
picture of
wow.
his mom wearing my shirt. I said, but it's funny because he's like, this whole time, like, what? Like, my mom watches you, man. Like, she loves your content, but that's just how powerful street ball to pro is. Like, small little details like that can connect
Wow.
people. And now me and King Handles are like trying to get together and do work together, all from this platform.
Right.
Wow.
That's how Impact works. Like, just off of his mom supporting the content,
Yeah.
he knew like this is a good dude. Like, I gotta support him. Like, my mom
My
supports me.
mom's
So
right. Wow.
it's weird how
Yeah.
things work. I just so happened to come in under my, because I think before I was coming in under a different account. I said, let me come in under my Clean the City account. And it was already Sunday. I had just got done with the premiere and I saw the live. So I just jumped over, and that's just what happens when you have a platform.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Crazy.
mean, that's
That's
so
deep,
like
right? Like,
that
that's
that
so
is
serious.
right. You got me like speechless. I'm sitting here just like, wow. I mean, because
Yeah.
like you said, you really don't know, how God uses things and use us to connect and how we put the pieces together. You know what I mean? And so that's like you said is the full circle part where man, I'm still trying to wrap my head around what was
It's
said
big.
because man, and so and I'm gonna put this out here because I'm everything and I know God is gonna make it happen. Everything continue to work out the way it's working. I will be moving the podcast to actual iHeartRadio. So we're gonna
Oh
actually
wow.
so I got a call. I got a call yesterday, and they were saying basically a friend of mine was like, "Hey, I'm part of you know, the directors or whatever, and we signed a deal with them in January, and you got a podcast, right? You talking about basketball, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He's like, so I want to be able to put you on. I'm trying to put people from the city on. And I'm like, what? You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah. So, so hearing this kind of story and this kind of, what's happening where now I'm like, hey, this is ready. This is prime. We are prime for iHeart, you know what I mean, radio, and it's going to continue to allow the street ball movement to grow and move in such a manner, you know what I mean, that it's like, okay, it's no stopping us. So, man, I'm just your story. I mean, I think this is perfect how to end the podcast with a story like that. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yo, this is it's so much bigger than basketball. Like I already tell people, it's not just a hashtag. It's really like that. You know what I mean? You have
Hmm.
people that really care for our city, care for our people, and we're coming together. And that's another thing too, right? Think about our culture. Yeah, we're the ones in our culture, we don't come together. Everybody else will come together a lot faster and they help build something, right?
Yeah.
For us, That's one of the things where, as they say, crab in a bucket. Nope, you got it, you got it, you got it. And so this is why I think this is another major piece, because you're now able to see us come together and begin to change our community and change the generation coming up behind us and be examples, you know what I mean, for us. And so that's another reason why I'm excited about hearing these stories and watching. I'm looking at the screen and saying, man, they said we couldn't do it. We're showing it can be done because we're doing it. You know what I mean? So I had to say salute to you all for making it happen and helping me, you know, be a part of this vision, because without y'all, it's no me. You know what I mean? You can street ball to pro. We're coming together and we're gonna continue to change the game, change lives, and man, I'm gonna close out and I'm gonna let
I
everybody
need
get
I
their
need
piece.
I need I need to do two plugs right quick. So
Yep, go ahead.
USAStarStreetball.com, man. Like I said, like I just signed a little endorsement contract with them. So like if y'all are interested in any merch, y'all check the website out, man. I'm gonna try to get Sir Genius on here. So you know what I'm saying, he can
Okay.
talk more about the school assembly tour we got going on. And also Hot Sauce got a foundation he started, the Hot Sauce Foundation. And I'm gonna get the QR code sent out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? If anybody, want to donate to the foundation, you know what I'm saying? Cause like Sauce, that my cousin and stuff like that. So he was telling me about this like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was like, he was saying like, he been wanting to start a foundation for a while to try to like give back to the kids and all that type of stuff. But he was just like, he really didn't, know how to get, 501 and all that type of stuff. So now that he done got all that stuff settled and, you know what I'm saying, he got the foundation up, I just want to plug his foundation. So I'm gonna get the QR code sent out to everybody. If y'all wanna, if it's $1 donation, $100 donation, you know what I'm saying, y'all support Sauce on that, man, because he really trying to, you know, again, he done had a big enough impact on us, and he's still trying to go and impact the next generation, the kids coming up. So y'all support my man Sauce, man.
For sure, for sure.
What you got, Cross?
Uh, pretty much just shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to the people in the chat. Supposed to be doing a 3-on-3 or whatever. I kind of got myself tied in some stuff with a guy down here or whatever. We kind of putting some stuff together, and we got a posted. I hope it pulled through, which I believe it is. It's a 3-on-3 in April, the end of April 27th. I've been putting a flyer out or whatever, but
You playing?
yeah, I'm putting the team in. See, that's the thing I'm trying to do too. I'm trying to start using my brand and using like local people, making them as a team or whatever. I just be the like kind of fun. And I think I'm gonna play in this, but I'm trying to put some young guys out there that's some dogs or whatever. So there's some
All right.
hoopers. So I'm trying to put them out there or whatever. But I got that coming up in April, and pretty much just pushing my brand, just pushing it to another, just pushing it to another level.
I
AP.
love it too. Y'all send me links so I can start, supporting. Like even with Zoe, like Zoe be trying to give me stuff, but I'm like you're a small business, man. So like I be trying to actually invest into my friends rather than them give me things.
Love.
I feel
Yeah.
good about purchasing from my friends that are trying to do something. So
Yeah.
Cross, if you have a website or if I can buy some merch from you, send it. Sauce, same thing with you. I'm glad you mentioned the foundation and everything you're doing. Send it over. Coach, me and you, we already tied in.
Yeah.
I always watch to see what you're doing and try to. But if y'all have something, man, just send it to me so I can. I like to collect things. I sent Zoe a picture the other day. I had my Nomad Hoops hat right by the Nautic hat because I bought some Nautic merch from my King Handles and them. But I like to collect stuff, man. This is all I have from the street ball coaching stuff. We still pumping out merch. Y'all send me the link so I can buy and invest in what you have. I don't need anything for free. I want to support what y'all got going on. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Wow. That
Appreciate
is love. See, hey, we want to thank everybody for tapping in. This is the unit, right? That is on Street Ball to Pro. Street Ball to Pro is just a platform, but we are the unit that's moving the movement of street ball. Like I said, this is the home of street ball. You're gonna find the old, the new. We're gonna keep y'all updated on everything that's going on. You don't know who's gonna be coming across talking with us. It's gonna be, the any and everything that you can really think of. And the only way for that to be this to be the best platform, we need everybody to buy in and like you say, and
Sir,
support,
sir.
right? And so, and like AP said, which I love. We ain't looking for no handouts, no homie discounts, this and that. We really got to support one another. You know what I mean? And really get behind and push, And like I said, the share, like, comment, that's easy, right?
You ain't gotta pay for that.
Right.
Yeah,
You don't even have no money. You don't need to use no. You can just, man, share, like, comment, tell somebody. That's the best advertisement for those
yeah.
word of mouth. You know what I mean? That's
Mhm.
free. Just tell
And that's
somebody, come
and
come
that's
tap in with us, come follow us. You know what I mean? So like I said, we on YouTube. All of us is YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You can
Yes,
find us,
sir.
and not only be able to find us as an individual, but you're going to begin to see major projects with us coming together. So, man, we
Is
thank.
AP you in the group chat with us?
Man, I got off of Instagram, so I'm glad I got on here. I'll go ahead and reactivate my account so y'all can get in touch with me. But I think I am in that group chat. I just deactivated my account, so
Okay, okay.
I'll go ahead and reactivate it tonight. So once again, like I said, send me all links. Sauce, once I reactivate it, send me everything that you just mentioned, and so I can go ahead and start supporting everybody.
All right, for sure, man.
Yeah, I was
Right?
gonna say, shout out to Craig too, man.
Yes,
By me
I'm
being around
protective
Craig
hoops.
in his hometown, like he really put in the groundwork. Like it's a lot of stuff that people don't see him doing, but I kind of helped him do some stuff up there, like with the hoop bus stuff or whatever, because he know Nick personally or whatever, and we did some groundwork like behind the scenes. So like shout out to Nick, because that hoop bus, like when you see it on social media, it look all fun and stuff. It is fun, but the groundwork that he put in, like Nick, and then the people around, like it's real work. Like it ain't it's real work. You know what I'm saying? It like Zoe know and Mac know too that the people that actually met Nick, they know he really put in the work. So
Shout out to
shout
Matt.
out to shout out to
Yep. Shout
Nick,
out, Matt.
Shout out to
shout out
Matt.
to Nick
Boy,
and Craig too, man. And then Craig, we had went to the dope era court tour or whatever out there in Oakland. That's Fab the I don't know if y'all know Fab. He like a
West gang.
yeah, no, I'm talking about Fab is the guy that he's like he got the dope era clothing. He educate he do a lot of speaking and stuff like that on different platforms and stuff like that. But he got that court out there. The hoop bus went out there and redid the whole court for
Excuse
him.
me.
Yeah.
I see this on my wrist. Love the hat.
Yeah, you good? Yeah, he did he redid the hoop bus redid that court out there in Oakland. That's where we was at that game, the hoop bus all-star game, all-star weekend, that court right there. So and that's the court that Craig kind of stepping back on or whatever. I kind of motivated him to start going out there every Sunday, get back on that court, especially
Thank
out
you,
there because
Coach. Thank you.
yeah,
Come on,
so
man. That's what
so
we
and
need,
and the
man.
dope and the thing about the dope, I told Craig, I said that court right there, I'm glad I had an opportunity to play on it. Just what I did, I went out there to really get footage or whatever. I didn't play in the game or whatever because Nick already had the people already kind of picked out who was gonna play in it or whatever. But that court right there, I recommend anybody that's on in the chat or on the panel, y'all need to go to the dope area and go just get your run in. That's all thing I'm gonna say. Get your run in because that court right there, that's like it's like people say street ball, it's right there in the hood. It's like right there, smack in the middle of the hood. So it's like you right there. So you're gonna get that vibe off you know what I'm saying, coming from where we come from, street ball. So it ain't just no rough area too bad off, but it's nice though, man. I like how they redid the court. Y'all see the pictures and stuff on my page and
Yeah,
Craig
I'm
page.
I'm gonna go check it out, man, when we get off of here.
Yeah, that court right there is and then Fab, he trying to start like leagues too in it too or whatever. Like how they got like in New York had them different type of leagues or whatever. He trying to start that too or whatever. So y'all just if you follow like the like what Craig be following, like some of the people that he follow, it kind of keep you in tune with what's going on at that end. And then by me following certain people, it's starting to keep me tagged in with people like the Mass Hooper and all that, see what's going on that end. Cause it's a lot of stuff that he involved in that I ain't know what was going on in the basketball circuit. Like the 3-on-3 stuff, all that it's a lot of different stuff. So now by me interacting with him, now I know what's going on down in Dallas and Houston and up in that region. You know what I'm saying? So if I ever did want to go down there and get some content, I just hit them up like, hey, bro, I'm finna come down there and get some content from you. Me, I'll for you whatever court y'all hoop. Like, right, come on down. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm trying to do, just trying to put my stuff in different spots and put people in different light on my page, because a lot of people probably don't know who some of these people is or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So by me knowing them, now y'all see him, and he the real deal too. The Man Super, he the real deal. Shout out to the Man Super. He the one, like I say, with the mask on. If y'all don't know, and that's the brand, devotional brand. That's the brand that I believe sponsor him or whatever. Devotional brand. So it's a lot of different stuff going on that I ain't know about. By me linking up at the All-Star thing, I end up networking with people, same way how I went up there to Tacoma, met up with King Handles and got some information from him, Bone Collector, just networking. I just don't go and sit like a duck and just looking at everybody. No, I'm actually interacting. Coach I'm interacting. I'm trying to soak up everything I can from everybody and bring it right back down to where I'm at and interact my own stuff in place. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did that video and shot at y'all out, and the coach Zoe for motivate me on how to push my brand. You gave me ideas on how to push my brand, and Craig did the same thing, which I was already in the rotation of doing it, but then I just had to really buckle down. Like, I'm finna go and really do this. So I appreciate y'all for the motivation. And linking up with Final Boss too. Early in last year, we linked up, reached out to him, and brought him on in, man. He gave us this background, the story on his street ball come up and saying Sauce's cousin and all this. So it was just another piece to the puzzle. So and then AP already knowing the same people that I kind of know, King Handles, the Dime 55 people and all that, because I grew up on that True Baller too, or whatever, and the YPA. So yeah, we all came together, like Coach said, we just all came together on this platform now. So
True baller.
I gotta give a shout out to my brother Ballaholic, right? Because he was
Yes, sir.
somebody who, you know what I mean, we connected, got together, and he was able, because of his relationship and our relationship, I was able to meet the Bone Collector, the Baby Shack, the pharmacist, you know what I mean? And one guy. So, you know what I mean? The Street Ball to Pro on that level, I got to give a salute out to my brother. And that's why I got, rock his brand still as well, because like I said, he was a major piece to help introduce me to the street ball world. You know what I mean? And so it's one of those things that, like, those who know me, I got to give credit where credit is due. It's not one of those, oh, I did it, this and that, like a lot of people want to do. It's just one of those, I want to show the love, you know what I mean? And give it back and receive it and just build a different kind of culture instead of just trying to take and get over. Really want to support one another. So, man, I thank God for all of you all and for this opportunity, and I'm excited for next week, and it's going to just keep
Absolutely.
growing. It's going to be, we're going to end up have to have like a big old forum, you know what I mean, where
Yeah.
you got a bunch of us talking and things like that, and might have to move it more than just once a week. But as it continue to grow and things continue to happen, I just want to say thank everybody that has tapped in with us. I mean, we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes, and the numbers are just stayed. You know what I mean? It's not like they left, it got up to like 12 people at one time. I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay. And this is our first day back. So we want to say thank y'all for tapping into the unit. Make sure y'all follow us. You know what I mean? Y'all tap in, hit us up, and we show y'all love, and make sure you follow. Hey, until next Sunday, we are the unit. I'm the ambassador, AKA Coach Ashley. Mad love.
Y'all be blessed, man.
Be
Stay
blessed.
safe
Stay
this week,
humble,
man.
man. Stay humble.
Yeah. Yes,
Work with
Stay
each
sir.
humble.
other.
Yup.
Collaborate. Let's do this, man, because
Yes,
the
sir.
more humble we are, the more we can make this big. So that's
Yes,
all I'm
That
sir.
saying.
part.
Yes, sir. Y'all be safe this week, man.
Oh,
All
y'all
right.
too, man.
All
Stay
right.
tapped in. Let's stay tapped in and support one another.
Sir.
Sir.
All day.